me, and all I heard was Clara, and I was like, the schizophrenia is hitting now. Who the fuck is calling me? And then I saw my aunt, and I was like, oh, thank God. I really thought it was coming home to roost. So, I don't know why we got into the topic of Billie. I think she asked me, like, you know, do you like Billie Eilish? No, I told her we were all getting feather tattoos, and I said, birds of a feather. And she said, we don't talk about Billie in my house anymore. And I was like, why? Billie's great. I love Billie. By the way, I am a serious Billie Eilish fan. I love Billie Eilish. And I was just like, what's wrong with Billie? And she was just like, after that filth that she came out with Charlie, like, I can't listen to her anymore. I just can't let the girls listen to her. And I was like, oh, you're talking about Guess. And she was just like, yeah, that song is really bad. I was like, yeah, it's pretty bad, but her audience is around the 20s age group now, so it's kind of like, you know, it's not too bad. And she's like, yeah, but she does have a lot of young listeners. And I was just like, I guess. But at the same time, that song does absolutely fucking slap. It does slap so hard. So I kind of just go, yeah, 7-year-olds should not be listening to that song. But I listen to that song on repeat. It's one of the best songs of 2024. Don't care what anyone says. I love that mashup. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Daft Punk, Billie Eilish, Charlie, bring it all together and you'll make Clara so happy. So happy. But, and I really want to go see her in Ireland in June. Oh, I want to go see her in Ireland in June. But I can't afford it! You can't afford it! God damn it! I want to see her so badly. I'm like the only person in my fucking family who hasn't seen Billie Eilish live yet. I'm like the only freaking person. And I think I listen to her the most. And I'm yet still the only person who hasn't seen her. And it really upsets me. You can see I'm upset about this. I am upset about it. I still want to see her so bad. Because my cousin went to see her. One of my older cousins, she's my age, and she was just like, yeah, it's kind of like it's a really chill kind of concert. And I was like, obviously. Like, I don't know what you expected when you went to see Billie Eilish. She's pretty chill. Pretty chill. But I honestly don't know what she was going to a Billie Eilish concert if she didn't expect it to be low-key. 2 months pay. No. In America, concerts are stupidly expensive. I'm pretty sure it's €60, which is like $65 for a Billie Eilish concert in Dublin. But we will check, just to be sure. Do you get a lot of concerts in Ireland? Over half of bands touring EU seem to skip Norway. Yeah, what is up with that? Seriously, what the fuck is up with that? Why do they always skip Scandinavia and the Nordic countries? Because, like, every fucking band and artist skips Norway, Sweden, Finland. Like, why? Like, even the metal ones. I'm like, why? You must have a large, like, population of metalheads in these countries, yet why don't you play them? 3 Days Grace, for example, they're playing Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, and not a single Nordic country. I have to go to Tallinn in November to see 3 Days Grace, and you better fucking believe I'm going to see them. Fairy's like, do you really want to go see 3 Days Grace? Look at me. Look at me. And ask me again if I want to go see 3 Days Grace. Of course I do. X was like, X raised me. Raised me. Goddamn. Oh, I love that album. Jesus. It just doesn't make sense. I don't understand why every rock band and metal band always skips Scandinavian and Nordic countries. It's so weird. What was I doing? I was checking how much Billie Eilish concert costs. Billie Eilish. But we don't really get many metal bands that come to Ireland. They kind of miss us. But we do get Billie Eilish. Her name is O'Connell, so she kind of has to. What's up, Blackie? 1 second. I'm trying to find out Dublin. Tickets. I wouldn't be surprised if they're all sold out. Hit me hard and soft. Let's see. I don't know why my nose is all weird. Oof. Okay, wait. Shit, the tickets are gone. You can't get a single ticket, guys. Okay, let's look at Manchester. The fuck? Why can't I get a... Hey, ake, arigato gozaimasu. Why can't I find... I really can't find a single ticket for Billy. Okay, let me just look in Gigsburg. Let's see. They might be scalping prices, but I doubt so. Let's have a look. Jesus Christ! They're trying to charge €400 for a standing ticket. You can suck my fucking flaps. I would rather actually try my best, reach out to Billie herself, than to pay 400 fucking yo-yos. This motherfucker is trying to sell a standing ticket for €500. Suck my what? Suck my flaps! I am not paying that money. Jesus. Nah. I bet you the fucking first tickets, they cost like 60, 70 euro. I know they did, because I literally told my mom. Like, I was like, let's go get tickets for it, and we never did. And we're not going out. For my niece last year, and was insane. 450 doll hairs for nosebleeds with a pillar in your way. Ended up shelling out $600. I split with my sister. Niece got into a top ballet school. That was the only thing she wanted. Ugh, do you know what really upsets me in 2025? And frickin' Young Blood said it there recently. Going to concerts is now it's now a luxury. Going to see your favorite acts is now, it's luxury. It's a privilege to go see concerts now and go see artists live. Because why are they charging this freaking money? Why is Young Blood one of the only artists besides The Cure as well that say that we will never scalp our fans? Ever. Like, they already have so much money, yet they want to continue to charge us crazy money for concert tickets. I will never, ever, ever support an artist who wants me to pay over €100 to see them live. You have fucking notions, son. And I'm not feeding into your fucking notions about yourself. Because, yeah, I like your music, but you're not fucking God. It's ridiculous. Does anyone else feel the same way with me? Like, paying paying $600 fucking dollars. That is ridiculous. That's a fucking plane ticket to, like, a tropical destination. No, I get to go down the road and stand behind a pillar and listen to Taylor Swift. I would rather stand outside. I'm just being honest. I would actually rather stand outside. I'm sorry. That is my rant. Your neighbor just paid $3,000 to see Deadmau5. I saw Deadmau5 in 2011, and I got the back of my neck cut open at the gig. Like, I felt something. I was out of my tree drinking all day, and I felt like this really weird feeling on the back of my neck, and someone had cut the back of my neck open with something. No one saw what it was because it was a really dark tent and it was like 9 o'clock at night. But yeah, that was dead mouse for me. Don't even remember being there. That's how much I was drinking. But yeah, dead mouse. I paid 300 to see dead mouse and 30 bands over the course of 4 days. Exactly. I'd rather go to a fucking festival than pay 300 quid. I paid 300 Australian dollars to see Metallica. That's 150 though, and Metallica are known for being fucking money-hungry bastards. I'm sorry. I'm not even sorry, actually. Metallica are known for it. Why are you so mad? I'm just very passionate about music, and I think that music should be for everyone. I don't think that going to a concert should put you out $1,200 for 2 fucking tickets. I think it's an actual joke that bands think that they can charge this money to their supporters and think that it's okay. It really upsets me. It really upsets me. Hello? Barry? Okay. As long as we're not being robbed. Yep. No, I don't believe in pirating music. I do not believe in pirating music. Not unless it's like, I don't know, Taylor Swift. Or Kanye West. Or Metallica. Because they already have more money than God. So it doesn't matter if you pirate their music or not. But if you're pirating music from like indie bands and small bands, you're kind of a piece of shit. Kind of a piece of shit. Because like, you know, tenner for a CD. What do you think about that? What if a great band got their music spread from piracy and were discovered that way? Who's got their music spread from piracy? Like, which band became big from piracy? Just curious. Do you have an example for that? Oh yeah, and don't forget to drop your confessions into the confession box. We're doing confessions tomorrow. There was a game that got big off piracy. But we're talking about music though. 200 Aussie bucks for Knotfest that's like €100. So yeah, that's pretty decent. Wasn't Knotfest like a few months ago? Metallica, and it actually looked really good. It looked really fucking warm though. One of my friends went and I was just like, it looks so warm. She was just hiding behind this massive dude for her shade. Napster and Winamp for the win when I was younger. Napster? I don't know what that is. But if you're watching on YouTube, come and join us on Twitch. Just that hot take came out of nowhere, but that's how I strongly feel about paying stupid money. Oh, does she? Here's a question for you. Do you think that it's okay to pirate artists' music?
Artists' music?
Like if you were to get an album to illegally download it.
I mean, I don't think it's okay because they're not supporting the artists, but...
Yeah, I was saying that I don't care if it's someone like Taylor Swift or Kanye West or Metallica because they're already rich as gods.
Big artists, I don't give a shit.
But if it's a small indie artist, I think it's a shit thing to do because it's just it's a tenner at the end of the day. Like that's 2 pints that you're giving up to support an artist. €2 because the fucking record studio, you know, is getting €8 of it.
I agree. Small artists for sure you should support, but big ones I don't care.
Nah, fuck them. Fuck them. Guess. Oh my god, I just looked up there to try to see how much the tickets for Billie Eilish in Dublin cost. There's none left, but the fucking scalpers are charging €510 for standing tickets for the arena.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
510 fucking euro! I was so shocked.
That's scalpers for you.
I wonder if anyone would pay that. I hope no one pays it. I hope they lose out on that ticket because fuck them.
They will sell for sure, but maybe not everything. But there's always desperate people with money who don't care.
Oh, I hate that. Because I'd love to see Billy, but there's no way I could justify paying €500 for a fucking ticket in Dublin.
Oh,
well.
Bye,
Oh, have a good day. I'm just showing them that I shaved her. I shaved the baby. You can't really see it. She still looks fluffy.
Good baby.
But she literally has so much fur taken off her. Ugh. Look, see? You can see it on her back. That's where she got the shave. She's playing in... Where's that? This is the baby. We're having her birthday next week, guys. Don't forget, you have to come to Nana's birthday. Her birthday is next Thursday on stream. We're going to have a birthday stream for Nana. Look how happy she is that she's getting a birthday stream. Yeah, she's so happy to get a birthday stream. Because she's the best baby. There you go, baby. Wow. No. Back. No. Back. Thank you. Will there be cake? Yes. We'll get a cake for her and everything. How about that? Oh my god. Dude, you changed your name again. Thank you so much for the 5 memberships on YouTube. Genuinely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. Is that a cat, a boy, or a girl? She's a girl. Her name's Nana. She's a baby. Yeah, she's a baby. She's a baby. But since it's hot take Wednesday, I've lost days. I've lost days. Hi, chat. What's up, Dragonclaw? Thank you so much for joining us. But it's hot takes day. So if you have any hot takes on anything you want to say, please drop them in the chat. If anything recent happened that you want to have a hot take on, please tell me all about it. It's like Nana after the anime. Half about Nana after the anime and half to do with my Nana. How's your toe? It's fine. I actually didn't get a bruise yet. So we're pretty good. We're pretty good so far. That was so fucking sore. My toe was completely okay though. Thank God. But because I did do I've done 22,000 steps since Monday. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Today I'm going to do another 10,000 steps. It still thinks should get word buttons for her birthday. She'd much prefer a tree here that she could sit in. But whatever you think. I stopped an unmatched Melanie Mac. Wait, what? After I discovered the truth, I stopped an unmatched Melanie Mac. I'm getting ready for work and can't wait to... Wait. You unmatched? What does that mean? Does that mean that she's on... You unsubscribed or you unmatched? Like you found her unhinged or something? Well, she's definitely unhinged. I look very classy today. I like my fit today. My fit is fitting, I think. That Elon Musk will... Oh my god, I did! Did y'all see the video of Elon Musk saying that he's gonna pull away from giving money to politics in America? And then he was asked, is it because of the pushback that he's been getting? And he said... I can't remember what he said. He said, like... No, I just don't feel like it anymore. Poor Elon. He got his feelings hurt. Yeah, why are a load of South Africans moving to the States, by the way? And why are they calling themselves refugees? Like, that has been really strange. Did anyone see that there's been a load of South African white people moving to the US calling themselves refugees of South Africa? Bro, you literally have like a 5-bedroom house that you're leaving. Most refugees that I can think of don't have a 5-bedroom house in another country. Is that where Elon's from? Yeah, he's South African. Had a choice of... Why are you standing outside in the heat for? Issues here with the National Weather Service delayed a tornado yesterday, getting warned for almost an hour. That's fucked. I hope no one got hurt as a result, because I would sue the shit out of them. They're leaving because of the crime. Okay, yeah, there's a shit. We all know there's a shit ton of crime in South Africa, which is like, you know, really bad, because that's like one of the main reason I would never go to South Africa. I've always wanted to go to Cape Town and Johannesburg for, like, you know, how beautiful the wildlife is around the areas, but it's a bit too wild. If you know, you know. No, thank you. would never go there. Yeah, don't go to Johannesburg. Yeah. I've never heard anyone say one good thing about Johannesburg. Cape Town, I've never heard anyone say a good thing about Cape Town either. I have a friend that lives in Cape Town now. Really good friend. She's studying nursing in Cape Town. And yeah, but Ben, are you a dude? Are you a dude? Because I wouldn't be traveling alone to Cape Town. Not a chance. But yeah, no. But still, I don't believe that they should be calling themselves refugees because they aren't refugees. There's also some law purpose that'll take some of their property. I'm not super well wrote on the actual laws. I hope they get all their property seized. They are all calling themselves because USA will let them move in if they do that. So I understand that. Look, I totally understand them wanting to get away from a shitty situation that's happening in South Africa because there is a lot of discrimination going on in South Africa, and it's either always going one or two ways. It's either discrimination against the black people and the natural born Africans of South Africa, and now there is discrimination and hatred going the other way towards the European descended white population of South Africa. And I don't believe in either sides that it's a right thing to do. I didn't believe like back in the day that it was okay for what was happening in South Africa to do with all of discrimination against the African people. And now I don't believe also that there should be all this hatred and discrimination against the European descending South Africans. Like, South Africa has always been a fucking shithole when it comes to people. Everyone is just so fucking angry. And I totally understand that people want to get away from that. No one wants to be subject to that. I've seen so many South African people talk about it and say how unsafe it is there. My aunt lived in Johannesburg for 8 years. She just recently came back to Ireland. And every time she came back, she would tell us a fucking horror story about what happened there recently, or if there was a mall shot up, or anything. It's just not a safe country. But to call yourself a refugee, I think is wrong. Because when you look at the wealth of the people who are calling themselves refugees compared to the most of the population in the cities that they're fleeing from, you're just like, no, this is wrong. Just say you don't want to be in this country anymore because it's unsafe. But calling yourself a refugee, not fair. If you can afford to easily make the move and not struggle at all after, I feel like you shouldn't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't call yourself a refugee if you could easily leave your 5-bedroom house with a pool. That's my point. Yeah, that's the difference between an immigrant and a refugee. Which is classism. They're running for their lives. Still, though, you're not I wouldn't call it a refugee because the level of safety that you have compared to other people in the same place that you're from is completely different. Like you can't argue that because it is stark in South Africa. And it's not fair. But should they get green card if they don't call themselves refugee? In America, should they get a green card if they don't call themselves refugee? But you think it's fair that if people that it's fair to everyone to let everyone in if everyone just calls themselves refugees? Because that's the problem with America right now, isn't it? that they're just freely letting people in if they just call themselves refugees. And isn't that the problem that people are trying to fix in America? Because if you let everyone in, you can't help everyone. Just saying. But I don't like the way that the American government picks and chooses who they allow in and who they want to call refugees just because they're white. Let's be honest. Because if there was a mass immigration of, let's say, Venezuelans who are living under a serious dictatorship, then it would be a completely different story. But because they're white South Africans, everyone's saying that it's completely fine, that they call themselves refugees. When there's other refugees from countries in South America that are being sent back on a plane. Does the size of your home matter if you can't live there without fear? I'm not saying that the size of your home matters. I'm just saying that it's completely unfair to call themselves that when there's other people that are suffering in the country as well. I think it's a sticky situation, but they are definitely privileged. They are definitely privileged. And I'm not going to change. You're not going to change my mind on that. You won't be able to change my mind on that. You could try and change my mind on it if you want, but you cannot tell me that the South African refugees aren't in a state of privilege compared to the African. If there was born African refugees coming from South Africa to America, and they would not be treated the same way. Just as much as the Venezuelan refugees were being treated. And I don't agree with it at all. I think if you're trying to escape a really bad situation in a really bad country, that you should be allowed a green card just as much as anyone else. But that's not how it is. Do they speak English? Yes. They also got to skip the line. Did they actually? Did they actually? It just screams ick. Between someone coming from, I personally see a stark difference between someone coming from South Africa and say someone trying to come here from Palestine or Ukraine or Venezuela or Colombia. I see what sorry, I had to think about that for a second, but I can understand what you're trying to say. How about the cartel family members that got priority for refugee status? Why can't they just get a gold card instead of claiming refugee status? A gold card costs 5 million. I don't know a lot of people that have 5 million in their back pocket, but my wife's best friends were Venezuelan refugees, and they were in the process of trying to get the grandparents up here from Venezuela, and they had their stuff being processed, got frozen, and aren't being told when it would be reinstated. And that's completely not fair. But stuff isn't fair. And people are prioritized over other people sometimes, especially in a very corrupt country. Ooh, that's a good question. Here, so how many Americans are in the chat? Put up your hand. I mean, like, say me. Say me in the chat if you're American. And if you're watching on YouTube, come and join us on Twitch. If you could sell your American green card for $5 million, would you? For $5 million, would you sell your American green card? Where do I end up though? You get 5 million. You can decide wherever you want to be, wherever you want to end up. Because that's how much Trump is selling the gold card for American citizenship. Hey, dude, thank you so much for the tier 1, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for subscribing 6 months in advance. Genuinely, really appreciate it. Like, would I lose my ability to live there? Yes. You're giving up your green card for somebody else. You would no longer be American. Well, you would be American, but you would no longer be a citizen of America. And you'd get 5 million. Literally, the country other Americans get citizenship are cheaper. Revamp the immigration process here and make it more humane, but I'm staying here. Depends on if New Zealand would accept me. But probably you can buy it back. It's about living in and having a green card. I'd sell it for 7 million and buy a gold card and keep 2 million. Well, you're not getting it for 7 million. You're getting it for 5 million. You get to sell it for 5 mil. That's what you get. It would be 15 mil. I'd move to Germany or Australia. Yeah, because your wife would sell hers. Your kid would also sell theirs. So that means you get 15 million and you get to move to any country you want with 15 mil. Yes, please. You buy a really nice house in Germany or Australia and you'd be happy. And someone else gets your green card and you get to fuck off. Be delighted, really. Yeah, like I think it's a great idea. I don't need to do it though. I don't need to sell Irish citizenship. I'm pretty good. Where are you from? Ireland. I'd take 5 mil and move in my family. Buy the houses in the street, but you can't take the 5 million because you would no longer be if you take the 5 million, you'd no longer be a American citizen, so you'd be kicked out of the country. You're not understanding the point here. 5 million would be a great life. Irish citizenship is hella powerful. It is right now. It is. It's pretty good. I get free access to the UK. I get free access to the EU. I pretty much have a easy visa for America and China. And is there any other countries I have an easy access to? I think that's it. I think it would be 5 million if I had it on me. Never been to the US. Citizenship is basically inherited wealth or poverty, depending on where you randomly are born. It's basically inherited wealth. I don't get that. I don't understand where you're coming from with that. Because just because you're born in, let's say, Norway, you could be born into a pretty poor family for the standards of Norway. Because I know Norway is a relatively wealthy country, but there is still people who live below the poverty line in Norway. Just like there's people who still live below the poverty line in Finland. And, I know the poverty line is a lot lower in like countries like South Africa, where a lot of people live below the poverty line. But when you still consider the poverty line, you're still living below it. So I know spawning makes a big difference in what you get in life and where you spawn. But still, I think poverty is still poverty. Yeah, if you can't feed yourself or your family, you're pretty poor no matter where you live. You'd like to be able to sell your American green card? I wouldn't blame you. How bad it is for the lowest. Yeah, but some people fall through the safety net. Like the safety net in some countries is absolutely diabolical. Like there's people in Ireland that are supposed to have disability and are supposed to have people that come to see them to give them nurses aids, and people don't show up for days on ends, and they're left there in their beds in their own shit and piss and haven't been fed in days. And they're supposed to be, they're supposed to have a safety net to make sure that that doesn't happen to them. But it does happen. Like, oh my God, like Penguin just said, you do not want to be disabled in Ireland. Literally. Did you see actually that girl, that 14-year-old girl who's outside the Dáil, and she's protesting until tomorrow morning for disability rights, for more disability rights for disabled children in the Irish education system. 14 years old, and she's been outside the Dáil for 2 days. The Dáil is the Irish government. How's healthcare in Ireland? Not great. It takes 7 years to be diagnosed with endometriosis in Ireland. In Finland, I'm pretty sure it takes like 2 weeks. Because you can just go to a gynecologist in Finland, they'll see you, they'll send you for tests, and you can get diagnosed with endometriosis. In Ireland, to see a gynecologist, it takes 7 to 8 months. Because I wanted to see a gynecologist, and I was told that, yeah, you have to wait 7 to 8 months. My mom didn't believe me. She was just like, can you not just go to the gynecologist? And I was like, what do you mean? Can I just go to the gynecologist? Do you want me to just walk in the door to the gynecologist and ask them to see me? Like they don't probably have someone in there with them right then and there, then their feet up on the fucking stirrups. No, I can't just walk into the gynecologist, mother. Is paying people to move there from a white guy who worships Norse gods. I haven't heard that one. Is there any Germans in the chat that can say one or two ways on that? Have you heard the system? No. No, I have heard that song. That's a great tune, actually. I have heard that song. I was about to say, no, I haven't. Someone just said people are being paid to move to Germany. I don't think so. I think you can get money to move to Italy, though. If you move to a small town in the back ass of nowhere. Gotta learn Italian, though, too. How old am I? 30. Y'all need a revolution. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. In Ireland. We definitely fucking do. So does anyone have any hot takes for me? I have 7 hot takes. 7. Got 7 hot takes for you guys. Yeah, no, in Finland, they really do look after their people. Like, they really do. Like, you really have to make a fucking effort to slip through the cracks of the Finnish social net. Because they look after literally everyone here. You have to work really, really hard to, like, not be considered for housing or anything here. There are some programs for moving to Germany on their dime, but you have to qualify. What are the qualifications for moving to Germany? I bet you have to learn German and you have to, like, integrate into the society. I found today's amount of scams absolutely. Today's amount of scams? Scams for what? But, okay. So how many dudes do we have in the chat here? Say me if you're a dude. If you're a man, hands up in the chat. And I mean, this really goes for born men, because you don't really see this in like trans men. Because I normally feel like, no offense to you guys, that trans men have a higher sense of emotional intelligence than sometimes, more than often, born men. Sorry. Don't fucking at me for that. No offense taken. Thanks for understanding. Okay, so this is my hot take, because I saw a post about this on Twitter, and I was just like, how stupid do you have to be? So, okay, so I saw this dude say that he was talking to a girl for 15 minutes until she said that that she had a boyfriend and he stopped talking to her. And I was just like, that is like the actual definition of self-sabotage. And let me explain why that is self-sabotage. Because, yeah, okay, you're talking to this girl because she's pretty, and you would like to go further with this girl because she might have a nice personality, she might be pretty, and you're just like, this girl, I like her, that's why I'm talking to her. Oh, she has a boyfriend? Not talking to her anymore. Stupidest thing to do. Why would you do that? Because 9 times out of 10, this girl has friends. And if you get to know this girl more and stop thinking the next step ahead and think further steps ahead, if you then become friends with this girl, she will then introduce you to her girlfriends. You're not pursuing someone who's unavailable. You are pursuing a friendship, who then could introduce you to her circle of friends, who then could be single, and who could vouch for you, because a girl is going to take into the consideration of her friend's opinions. So if her friend says, this dude is actually really nice and he's really sound, you should talk to him, she'll go, oh shit, yeah, okay, I'll go talk to him. If she says that he's a nice guy, cool. You are opening your circle to more friends, meeting more girls. It's just a no-brainer. You are literally self-sabotaging if you walk away after you find out that a girl isn't single and thinking that, you know, it's not worth your time anymore. Like, seriously, don't be an incel. Touch grass, touch ass. It's just like, you know, it's just mind-blowing, like. Is married to a girl that my wife introduced him to. See? Like, a lot of people get introduced to the people that they're with through their social circles. Hello. Cheers. Welcome to the chat. So what, does anyone have an opinion on that? Nothing wrong with making more friends. Yeah, there's nothing, like, it's just going to benefit you by, okay, this person isn't single. That's fine. But she still wants to talk to me. So that means, like, you know, she's a nice person. So let's just be friends with her. You know, you can be friends with somebody. It's totally cool. Like, you don't have to be thinking, like, you know, like, you have to get off with every single girl. Like, you know, you can make friends, and then you might find, you know, a hot girlfriend through them. what I walked into. Also, men love to be on the standby waiting for their turn. It's gross, honestly. We're not thinking about it from that perspective. You were thinking about it from the perspective that, you know, you want to be a social individual, not be an incel, and to try and make more friends and therefore a relationship. Yeah, making friends is good for you guys. Having a expanded social circle can never be a bad idea. Like, sure, if you don't want to, like, you know, be extremely social, that's totally fine. But like, if you're looking for, like, if you're wondering if you want a girlfriend, that's expanding your social circle. So like, it's not a bad idea. Just coming here with the relationship advice, making friends is scary. I met Ferry through work. If I had never worked in that fucking company, I would have never met Ferry. 2 friends is enough. I honestly only have... The people I have met IRL in the past month, Ferry and Timmy. I do talk to a lot of friends online, like Finn, Mark, Tom, Leela. Like, that's just 4 people that I've talked to in the past week online. But like, I the only people that I've seen in person are Timmy and Ferry. And then my family. I'm very bad for meeting people IRL. Very bad. I get very socially anxious if I meet people too often. I know I'm not the person that can tell you about like going outside and making friends, but it's probably better for you. Even Finn was giving out to me this week. He was telling me I need to go outside more often because I only leave the house for 2 hours once a week. I have lived in Helsinki for nearly 2 years, and I have never seen Finn IRL, even though he lives a 20-minute drive north. Just don't go outside enough. That's why I'm this pale. Just don't go outside. I'm going to the cinema tonight, though. You should be happy. You should tell me, well done, guys. Well done, Clara. Go outside. I'm going to the cinema. Oh, man. 2 hours a week. What are you doing? In that 2 hours, I'm going to the fucking bookshop. Look behind me. That's why I go outside, to get more books, and then I go back inside again, and I don't end up reading the books. But I did finish volume 4 of Kakegurui. No. Why did I think Kakegurui? I did not read Kakegurui. I'm sorry, it's just all over Netflix right now with that stupid American adaptation of it. What was I reading? Gachiakuta? Gachiakuta? Yeah, Gachiakuta. Yeah. It's right there. You can see where my finger is, the black book that I'm stroking. That's Gachiakuta. Actually, no, it's here. Here is my Gachiakuta collection. This is volume 6 that I haven't read yet. You see this corner down here? This is the corner of books I haven't read yet that I have on my list of books to read. My list of books includes Gachiakuta volume 5 and 6, Bleach volume 14, 15, 16. There's something else. There's a few more down there that I haven't read yet that is on my list. I'm going to see the new Final Destination movie. I'm really scared. Pray for me. I don't like horror movies. I'm so scared. I'm actually so freaking scared. Fairy's the one who wants to go see it. I don't want to go see it, but I'm going anyway. When I was watching the freaking trailers come up on my on like TV and stuff, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, no, 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 no. Oh, oh god. I'm gonna be just oh, oh. It traumatized me. Those movies actually traumatized me. It's not even funny. Have you seen it? It's not that it's scary, it's the anticipation of those movies. And the worst thing about, I think, those types of anticipation gore movies is that the gore has gotten worse over the years. Because, like, the gore in Final Destination, the original one, is nothing compared to the gore in Final Destination 3, which is probably nothing compared to the gore that's going to be in the new one. I appreciate the hard work that makeup artists do for making these scenes, but fuck. Like, yesterday, myself and Ferry were watching the new episodes of The Last of Us. No spoilers. You should watch it. But oh my god, like, there was one scene where I nearly swallowed my tongue. I gasped so hard because I just can't do gore. Can't do gore. Ugh. Still hate driving behind a log transporter. Oh, I always tell my mom to move. I never see log transporters in Finland, but in Ireland you always see them. And I'm like, man, move, move. Oh. Guess you didn't play the games. No. I don't like zombies. I don't like zombies. Hey y'all, what's up, Dead Inside? Thank you so much for joining us. Shit, I didn't announce that we were actually live. 1 second, I'll just tell Instagram. Does anyone have a is anyone else afraid to death of horror movies? Oh, did you see it as well? Kieran, you know the scene I'm talking about? Oh god. God. Yikes. No. Sorry, just telling them that we're live. I didn't do it. Now I'm paranoid. I don't feel uncomfortable, and horror does that to me. I feel so uncomfortable watching horror movies. Log transporters got added to the list of stuff I will not fuck with on a highway. Tri-axle dump trucks? What's a tri-axle dump truck? I don't like hearing anatomically accurate amounts of blood. What? Not really, but those movies turn my ADHD brain on overdrive, being paranoid about planes and log trucks. I'm not paranoid about planes. I never feel uncomfortable on a flight. Even if there's seriously bad turbulence, I never feel uncomfortable. Because I know for a fact I have a higher chance of dying in a fucking car crash. It's like a 1 in 90 chance of dying in a car crash. I don't know what the stats are for dying in an airplane crash, but a 1 in 90 is pretty high. And I've never been afraid in a car until like 2 months ago when something happened. But that was only a specific occasion. I've been with some terrible drivers. You'd rather drown. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. You fucking wouldn't. I promise you that. Drowning takes a long time. This is grim. Why do we talk? You don't want to drown. Trust me. Drowning takes actually a while for your brain to shut down. At least that if you die in an airplane, it's probably a really high chance that you're going to die on impact. One in 345 million of dying in a plane crash. There you go. You have a better chance of actually winning the lottery. I think it's 200 million chance of winning the lottery. And it's a 135 million chance of dying in a plane crash. And a 1 in 90 chance of dying in a car crash. So, weigh it out, guys. No, you can't. You literally can never convince me that drowning is better. You can't. I think a car is 1 in 90. I saw the stats recently because the Irish road safety is always doing like loads of car safety ads, and they always try to scare you with driving safe. But I want to die eating a tub of honey. You could drown. You could drown. That would not be a fun way to go. And thank you so much for the $10, you absolute ledge bag. Thank you so much. Does anyone have any more hot takes for us? So every time you fly, buy a lottery ticket? Whenever I go to the airport, I try to buy a scratch card. I always buy scratch cards in the airport. Just for the crack. Do you know what really annoys me about seatbelts? Like, why do they still have those stupid, like, seatbelts that go across you? Like, the best seatbelts that you can have are the seatbelts that, like, come here and go around there. Like, those stop you from moving 10 times more than the ones that go across you. That people 9 times out of 10 always put across their stomachs and then they get sliced in two. Is it actually just for cost cutting? Yeah, the harnesses are so much better. I swear, I want to get harness seatbelts for my car. 1, because they look cooler, and 2, because they're fucking safer. And you're not going to be cut in half. Because my brother was a mortician and the coroner who picks people up from car crashes, and he said, like, he's picked up a lot of people in too. Yeah, rally belts. That's the name for them. That's because the ones that go over your shoulder are strapped to a cage, and a car has to be meant for it. If you put a harness in a regular car, you will die. Really? Is that true? I mean, you've got to really ram into something hard to be sliced in two, though. Yeah. A few car crashes, going over 90. I'm pretty sure you get sliced in two for them. What cosplay character are you? Me. Yeah, don't put harness seatbelts without proper modifications. Interesting. I'm going to have to look into that because I do really want them in my car. Just straight from the car. They don't assess them first. Wait, what? Lap-only belts are still better than no seat belts, especially when combined with airbag. You'd have to have 4 points of anchor. 4 points of anchor for the seat belt. For the rally belt. A roll bar for a 5-point harness. You also need a mounting point for the harness. I'm going to have to look into this and come back to you on this because I've always wanted to get that, but I don't have the fucking money for that. The first thing I want to get done with my car, if I ever have the money to do anything with my car, is I want to make it pink. Like baby pink. Like, my hairbrush is fucking full of cat hair and my hair, but that color pink on my hairbrush, that's the color that I want my car to be. That color pink. I think it would look so nice because the car is white now, but I think if it got a wrap in like baby pink, it would be sick. What car do you have? Honda Civic 2017 Sport. It's my favorite car. I don't care what anyone says. My favorite cars in order are the Honda Civic 2004 Sport, the Honda Civic 2000 or 2022 Sport, than the Honda Civic 2017 Sport. The only reason that the 2017 is before the 2022 because 2022 has sensors on the car. I love that car. Because my dad always gives out to me saying, "Why did you bring the car to Finland? Why didn't you just sell it? Well, the car will just depreciate in value." I will have that car until that car falls apart and dies. Until that car literally fucking dies, I will never get rid of that car. And when that car dies, I'm just going to buy the 2022 model. I don't care if it's in 2030, 2035, 2040, unless they come out with a better Honda Civic Sport. I'm literally just going to keep buying the Honda Civic Sport. I've always only liked that car. Upgrade to the Type R. If I had the money, I'd upgrade to the Type R, but it's a lot of money. And in Ireland, there's literally no point because the insurance on it is absolutely crazy. In Finland, it's totally fine because you're not being charged excruciatingly for the size of the engine. But in Ireland, you do. Is 72k. 72k. That is horrible. That is horrible. 72k. That's a down payment for a fucking house. Come here, baby. 72k. Jesus. Who has that money? Not me. 72k, Nana. God damn it. I'd love that. That'd be sick. But excruciatingly. It's a great word. Irish people love their big fancy words. Oh, there's actually an ad break. Okay, while the ad break is on, I'm going to run to the bathroom. BRB. Where are you going? If you're watching on YouTube, come and join us on Twitch. Run to the bathroom. Sorry, had to go bathroom. Nope. Okay, fine. Fine. Okay, just put that down, please. 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 How is Honda Chan, by the way? Honda Chan is great. Thank you for asking. And I love that you call her Honda Chan. Her name is Eve. After Evangelion. And because she's white and she's an angel, so she's Eve Honda. That's her name. My car has a name. Is that Riku in the back from Kingdom Hearts? It is Riku. Right there. And Sora is beside him. Did you buy it new or used? I bought it used. I prefer to buy cars used than to buy them new. Because you will find the car used. And 9 times out of 10, it's just as good as buying it new. What, it might have like what? How so many miles on it, but as long as it like looks good and it's pretty good, then I don't care about buying stuff used. It's better for the environment as well. Ronan. And if you're watching on YouTube, come and join us on Twitch. So if you have any more hot takes, okay, I have another hot take for you guys. I don't want, and by the way, for this hot take and for all of my hot takes, I don't want anyone here being rude to anyone else, okay? Like, I want, like, when we have these discussions about things, I want people to be able to have them and think about things in a judgment-free zone. Like, don't be an asshole, obviously. But if you're just voicing an opinion about something that's happening in the news, then as long as it's coming from a place of genuine questioning and curiosity, and that you're open to everyone's opinion in the chat, then I don't think it's wrong. Because if you're not able to discuss situations and things that are happening, then it's not a safe place. And I want to make sure that everyone can discuss things and feel they're in a safe place to discuss these things and not feel like you're being attacked. As long as you're not being an asshole. Fair enough? Okay. So, and I mean it. Don't be an asshole. So, here's my question. How many people here consider themselves pro-lifers? How many people in this chat consider themselves a pro-lifer? And pro-life means that you believe that fetuses and unborn children also have rights. And by the way, before anyone asks, I'm pro-choice. Because I believe that the rights of the mother should be considered first. Okay. So, my next question goes out to all the pro-lifers. And I want you to answer this question. How many of the pro-lifers in this chat are American? it does matter for this question. So, do you believe in paying taxes that would fund childcare? If your taxes went up tomorrow, but they told you that this will support and fund childcare in your state, do you believe, would you pay for it? On order, why do you say no? You said that you're a pro-lifer and you're American, but why would you not believe in paying taxes to fund childcare? I'm just waiting for the answer, because if this person said that they're a pro-lifer, then I would like to know why they do not want to support taxes going towards children. Because I work in government and the money never ends up where it should. We're not talking about that. We're talking that in the hypothetical situation, the taxes will go to childcare. Would you pay it? Because that's what happens in Finland. You pay taxes and everyone here has free childcare. Okay, the next question is, if you are a pro-lifer and your taxes went up to fund disability rights and protections, would you pay those taxes? Different topic. No, it's completely in the same. I missed the question. If you're a pro-lifer, would you be okay with paying taxes that go into disability rights and protections? For children that in your state suffer from disabilities and that they need more help, they need special services. Just a question. So my next question is, would you pay increased taxes for lunch programs? So that every child in America can have free lunches. A lot of people on YouTube are saying no. Why would you not want to pay for lunch programs out of your tax money? So that every child in America can have a free lunch. For children's lunches. For every child in school to have a free lunch. If you're a pro-lifer, you have to be a socialist. You cannot be a capitalist and be a pro-lifer. Pro-life is about supporting women and children and families. And the only way that you can do that is through social politics. That is the truth. So if you do not believe in funding childcare, in funding disability protection, in funding lunch programs, and raising the minimum wage, then you are not a pro-lifer. Because all of these things help with the protection and growth of children in society. And if you don't believe in these things, you are not a pro-lifer. Wrong. Okay, please tell me why I'm wrong. Please tell me why I'm wrong. I'd like to hear your reasoning behind that. Because if your taxes are put into childcare, then you are supporting the life that you say that you believe has a right to live. There's no point in saying that I believe in that a fetus and an unborn child should be protected, but then when the child comes out of the womb and out of the mother, that the mother is faced with all these problems, like they can't afford childcare, they can't afford food, they can't afford to have a house, because it's so hard in today's day and age to afford all these things. And that's why women are choosing to not have children. It's a massive reason why women choose not to have children in 2025, because they can't afford to. It's way too expensive to have children. So they choose to look after themselves, which is fair, because no one wants to feel guilty for not being able to have a child. So that's why I think that, and I strongly believe that if you don't believe in supporting a child as they grow through their education and through their health, with, like, you know, as in their childcare, their schooling, and making sure that they have a roof over their head and food as a community and as a country, then you are not pro-life. You are pro controlling women and their choices, because you don't care about the child. You just care about controlling the woman's choices. Just don't call yourself a pro-lifer unless you believe in supporting a child, a family, and mothers through all steps of child growth and development, because you're not. You're taking a few leaps. Please explain to me how I'm taking a few leaps. Please, I'd love to hear what you have to say. If you are pro-life and advocate for death penalty, then you aren't pro-life, you are pro-birth. True? Didn't know I wasn't surprised. Saw your live. Also agree with your talking points, of course. Thank you so much. Not fathers too. Yes, of course, fathers too. Of course. That's why I said the minimum wage. The taxes in America should be increased to support minimum wage, so that the family, did you hear me say the word family? I said that a few times. Don't tell people what to do, but you're telling us we can't be this. Kind of funny. What do you mean? I'm giving you my opinion. If you're getting offended by it, you're the problem. Who provide for the home and the women still leave them. We're not talking about that situation. We're literally not talking about that situation. I'm talking about pro-life. Your view is entitled to terminate a pregnancy or entitled to provision. Are you pro-life? Then you should be wanting to provide for life, for the life of the child. You're just say you're pro-birth. You're pro-forced birth. Because that's what you are if you don't believe in providing for a child. We're not talking about abortions here. I'm saying how a lot of pro-lifers are full of shit. What happens when you raise the minimum wage? The cost of everything goes up, just like in California. Then the cost goes up. But maybe the cost should be frozen. I'm not talking about that though. I'm trying to understand how people can't get their heads around the fact that if you don't support helping society and children and the family, that this is why people do not want to have children, and how you cannot call yourself pro-life when you are not supporting life. I'm a choicer, and the lifers should be made to take on those kids they forced women to have. Just a side note, if the cost of everything goes up when you raise wages, why haven't prices dropped with self-checkouts? Have you seen that Walmart is now doing this subscription plan that if you subscribe to them, that they'll let you use the self-checkout, but unless you subscribe to them, you have to use the cashiers? I actually don't like using self-checkouts. I think self-checkouts puts people out of jobs. And I don't care. I will always use the checkouts. And I'll be happy to. I was literally in a shop like 3 weeks ago in Ennis, and I was standing in line, and there was no one there behind the checkout. But then someone came out and she was like, you can use the self-checkout. And I was like, no, I'm okay. I'd rather go to you. And she's like, genuinely, thank you, because you're keeping me in a job. And I was like, I know. Because the more people that use the self-checkout, the less you need people behind the counter. And then less people have jobs. Walmart is beginning to phase out self-checkout. Too much theft at those lanes inside. I hope they do get rid of self-checkout. I know it's handy, but at the same time, it's not good for people's jobs. If you're pushing a stance on pro-life that isn't directly associated, would it be a valid point to say that if you're pro-choice, you therefore must be pro-murder? No. No. Because I don't believe that if you consider yourself pro-choice, that you're pro-murder. You're pro a woman having the choice over her own body to decide if she wants a child or not. Because if you force women to have children, like, it's extremely unfortunate, but the things that can happen to those children is just, I'm not even allowed to talk about it on stream because I would be banned for it. Like, if you force someone that doesn't want to have a child, you could be opening up that child to serious neglect and murder. That unintentional murder sometimes, or just straight up throwing children into dumpsters because they don't want to have them. They were forced to have them, and then they just say, fuck it, and throw the baby into a bin, which does happen. Or a mother goes away for 2 weeks and the baby is left in an apartment by themselves because they didn't want to have the baby, but they were forced to. And no baby should have to go through that. And that's why I believe that pro-choice is so important, because if mothers are given the choice to have a child, it's less likely that the child will be born into an abusive situation. And it's not the child's fault. And I don't even want to say it's the mother's fault, because no one was given a choice. Who is forcing women to have children? The state of Georgia is literally forcing a dead woman to have a child right now, against the wishes of her family. Her dead body is in a hospital in Georgia, being used as an incubator for a child that is going to come out probably with serious medical problems. It's happening right now. So yes, there are people that are being forced to have children. It's disgusting. Because the laws in the state of Georgia are forcing the doctors to keep her body ticking on life support because the fetus inside her has more rights than the mother who has died. Laws vary state by state, though. But we're not talking about laws. I'm not talking about laws. I'm just saying someone on YouTube said that people aren't being forced to have children, and that is a clear example of a person being forced to have a child in 2025. She isn't dead. She is dead. She is brain dead. Like, do you want to go into the medical definition of brain dead? There is nothing happening. There is no brain function. If she is taken off life support, her body will shut down. Like, Georgia is basically Gilead right now. Yeah, but that's just the truth. So if anyone ever tells you that they're pro-life anymore, please ask them the questions I just asked the chat and see if they're really pro-choice or if they're just pro birth. And if you're watching on YouTube, please come and join us on Twitch. Would greatly appreciate your support. And if you have any hot takes, please drop them in the chat. Where's your evidence as proof? And where's your evidence to disprove it? My evidence of proof? Just let me just look up her name real quick. Fetus of brain. Wait 1 second, just to make sure that you can see it. There's your proof. Fetus of brain dead Georgia woman kept alive due to abortion ban is growing. Hospital plans to keep Adriana Smith on life support until August when the doctors will deliver baby via C-section. The fetus of a brain dead Georgia woman who is being kept alive to carry out her pregnancy is continuing to grow. The woman's mother said late Monday, days after the controversial case exploded into the national news and sparked questionings about the ethics of using the state's anti-abortion law to keep a woman with no chance of recovery on life support. The Georgia woman, Adriana Smith, went to a hospital in February with what she thought was an intense headache, which first reported the story. At the time, Smith was about 8 weeks into her pregnancy. The hospital discharged Smith after providing her with medication. The next day, Smith was rushed back to the hospital after she woke gasping for air. The hospital diagnosed her with a blood clot in her brain. Within hours, she was declared brain dead. There. There you go. There's your proof. So even from a terrible death comes the birth of a baby that is being kept alive. Technology is amazing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think those kind of advancements are that great because I don't think anyone should be playing God. I think it's a fucking horror show. From a medical point of view, I find it fascinating the baby can grow without a functioning mother. It's disgusting. It's literally disgusting, I think. But that's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me on that, but I think it's fucking disgusting. Because it's just a few steps off using women as incubators. But anywho, do we have any more hot takes from everyone and from anyone? And if you're new on YouTube, please don't forget to drop a like and drop a follow as well. I mean, you won't know if the child is fine until it's born. Yeah, because ultrasounds don't exist. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh, but that was a bit dim. Sorry. On a much more fun topic, your hair and makeup along with your eyes today is really cool. Thank you. I wanted to go for something a bit darker. Okay. But does anyone else have any more hot takes for us? Did anything happen in the news that you guys want to talk about or anything? Here's another case you should consider. What about the recent story about the Irish woman that had her dead husband's sperm frozen with his consent, who is being denied to use that sperm as the husband is dead? That's fucked. That's so weird. Where's the rights of the woman's protected versus the state's healthcare? Wait, why is there a problem with her using his donated sperm? If anything, it's complete consent of the woman and it's complete consent of the passed away husband. I would literally take the HSE to court for that, because what's wrong with her using her husband's sperm to have a baby? That's like the last thing that she can have from her husband who has passed. Do you think it's wrong? Just curious. Is like, why are you bringing it up? If it's her dead husband's sperm, then it's her property anyways. Ooh, I don't like the word property. Ooh, I don't like that word. She was the sole heir of his possessions. Okay, that makes it sound a bit better, but calling it property sounds so bad. Property sounds... Ugh. Say the future child rights to have a father? What do you mean? Like, women have sperm donations all the time by themselves. Single mothers want to have children by themselves with a sperm donor all the time. Like, what's so wrong about growing up with a mother who loves you? I know it's unfortunate that you don't have a father, but there's plenty of father figures you can have in your life, i.e. his dad, i.e. your dad, i.e. all the friends that you have that are males, that can be male role models to them. Did you know single fathers aren't a thing in America? Told me directly by a judge. Single fathers aren't a thing? That judge is fucking stupid. There's nothing wrong with that. That's something someone with... You literally have favorite with red and black. Hot take, bring back small capacity to strokes. So as main transportation methods? I don't know what that means. Sperm donation in the United States has declined drastically since the Supreme Court made the decision that women can go after men that donated the sperm for child support. Yeah, I completely think that's ridiculous. Like, I completely think that's ridiculous. I think that's just the stupidest thing in the world. Like, you should not be able to go after a sperm donor for child support. That's stupid. Like, this person, this dude has given you a gift that you are, that because you want this child. So this person has given you the gift of having a child. Where do you fucking think you're so entitled that you now should get child support off this fucking dude? That's just fucking tapped. Yes, it is a gift. Like, I don't understand how someone could say it's not a gift. Like, this person really wants to have a child, and you are giving them that gift. That's so weird. So I'm wondering why your thoughts on the US trying to end birthright citizenship, because at least for myself personally, I think that with how modern travel has revolutionized the way to get to another country, I think a new policy needs to be in place. What? So I'm wondering your thoughts on US trying to end birthright citizenship, because at least for myself personally, I think, but it's been in the Constitution for 150 years. I think that's why people have such a problem with ending it, because birthright citizenship doesn't exist in Ireland. So, like, if two Americans come to Ireland and they have a child in Ireland, that child is not Irish. That child is American, because it happened to mine and Ferry's boss in our last job. He was from Boston, and the wife was, I think, from Boston as well. And they had a daughter in Ireland who had lived here for 4 years, but she was still considered American, the daughter. She had an American passport. She wasn't an Irish citizen. So, but it's different for America because it's literally in your constitution, birthright citizenship. And it's one of the amendments that's been there for so long that to take it away now is to take away something that makes America what it is. Birthright citizenship gets messy. The Supreme Court has made 4 decisions on it. 2 are for and 2 are against. The last increase to birthright citizenship was put in at the end of slavery. We had a large population of people who were not citizens but lived here. 14th Amendment in 1868, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction therefore are citizens of the United States and the state wherein they reside. It's been there for nearly 200 years. So, like, and it's really something that is what makes America America. The fact that you have a legal right to birthright citizenship. So I think taking it away, because you are a country that's built on immigrants. So, but what do you think on that? The only people that are not under the jurisdiction of the United States would be diplomats. So if a diplomat had a child in the United States, that child would not be an American citizen. They're only trying to end birthright citizens so that they can deport more people from the global south. It's true. Because they're not going to do it to the South Africans. When you end birthright citizenship, you also end it for people who are not brown. People who they do not realize will also affect. It's hilarious to me that they try to do this when there are people who are citizens due to birthright do more for this country than straight into Walker County, Alabama. So, out of curiosity, is it only, you're only, here, okay, so question, because I'm confused a little bit. So answer my question if you don't agree with birthright citizenship. So this is my question. So both the parents have to be born in America for you to consider them to be American? Yes or no? Is that what you want? You could become a naturalized citizen, not be born in the United States at all, and still be a citizen of the United States. Actually looking into it, the only people largely unaffected would be naturalized citizens, the descendants of slaves and Native Americans. At least one parent should be a US citizen. So when you say a US citizen, do you mean like someone who was born in America? Or someone who is... I don't know, has been there for 30, 40 years? Because when you say citizen, I'm like, is it somebody who's been there for like 40 years and after 10 years they have an American passport and they're, you know, for all extensive purposes, they've been living there for so long they're considered American? Or do you mean someone who was born in the state of California and they marry someone who's Puerto Rican? Not even Puerto Rican, fucking Mexican. So then their child would be considered American if they were born in California. I say naturalized American citizen to include all those that have given up prior citizenship to other countries and given allegiance to the United States. Not American here, but I would think that if one person is naturalized citizen, that ought to be enough for a child to be automatically considered American if born in the US. Interesting. My brother-in-law is Canadian. He has dual citizenship for Canada and the UK. He does not even want to become a US citizen because that would mean giving up both his Canadian and UK citizenship. Do you have to give up them both? I thought in America you can have 2 passports. Because I have a friend who is Japanese American and she has to go to Japan for 3 months every year to keep her Japanese passport, but she has an American and a Japanese passport. I'm pretty sure you can have 2. Because she was born in Vermont. And she lived in Vermont her whole life. But she goes to Japan every summer to live with her grandmother. And stay in her grandmother's house to hold on to her Japanese passport. Because it's really hard to have a Japanese passport. It's an interesting discussion though. And I'm totally cool for both sides. And I don't appreciate people, as I said, and I've said this throughout the fucking stream, I don't care what side of the spectrum that you're on. I don't care if you're a right-sided person, a left-sided person. I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you consider yourself a Democrat. I don't care if you consider yourself a socialist, a capitalist. I don't care if you're fucking black or if you're fucking white. I don't fucking care where you stand on any discussion. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. I don't care. I just want this to be a safe place for people to have discussions about things. And someone was saying in the chat that they don't want to be here anymore because there's MAGA people in the chat and there's people that have different opinions. Man, if you don't fucking listen to people with different opinions, then you are living in an echo chamber. And I don't want my stream to become an echo chamber. I always want people to be able to come to my stream and feel that they can talk about topics and not be judged by people for the topics that we're talking about. And I'm never going to prejudge someone just because they say that they're that they agree with something, unless it's something really fucking bad. Unless it's something you can't come back from. There's another hot take. Shunning people with different bad beliefs has never made them stop believing those things. I actually totally agree with that, because if you shun someone for their beliefs, you're not going to change their mind. If anything, you're going to make them hate you and your viewpoints. The best thing that you can do, that if someone has a different belief to you, is to talk to them like a person and to see where they're coming from, and then to give them the other side to the situation that they should be considering. And then they will respect you enough to hopefully consider what you're talking about. But if you just shout at someone and call them a racist, or call them a homophobe, or, you know, say that they don't fucking belong here, blah, 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 you're just making yourself look like an asshole. A self-righteous asshole. What's happening? We're just talking about empathy and how you should be empathetic to everyone and listen to what people say. How many countries have universal healthcare? I don't know. I've always been a part of... And if you're watching on YouTube, please come and join us on Twitch. Would greatly appreciate it. We're so close to 200 viewers on Twitch. So close. The right's call the left Nazis because they push when racism is brought up, and they attempt to get people fired who go on anti-Semitic rants. I don't believe that anyone should be anti-Semitic. I don't think that Jewish people are the problem. There is so many Jewish people that don't agree what's happening in the Middle East right now. And it's actually just so stupid to say that it's the problem is Jewish people, because it's not. Hey, Blue Collar Dad, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. Anyone that goes against their government, yeah, but fuck that government. Fuck that whole government. Fuck that whole government. Like, don't even get me. That's a conversation that I cannot have. I cannot have that conversation because, yeah, it's not allowed to be had. Did you actually see that? Spain, Ireland, Finland, and a few other countries from the Eurovision are asking for investigation into the voting because they didn't vote. They didn't give votes to Israel, but they then saw that their 12 points were given to Israel. Interesting. Switzerland too. Hey, we're so close to a hype train. Thank you so much, Ta, for the tier 1 sub. I really appreciate it. You're an absolute legend. Trying to get to 300 individual subs. So thank you so much. What are my counters at the top? This is for the Gooby Gooner Club. That's people who are subscribed to me. And if we get to 300... I'm going to get an artist to make a individual wallpaper, a cool wallpaper for my individual people who have subbed to my channel. And if we get to 50 tier 3 subs, I said today that I'll do a swimsuit shoot in Greece in July. 50 individual tier 3 subs. I'll do a swimsuit shoot in a tasteful one, swimsuit shoot in Greece in July. And this side here is for a Saturday stream. So if we reach 1,600 subs by Saturday, I'll also come and stream on Saturday. We're actually not on a topic right now. If anyone has what's it called, a hot take that they'd like to say, please drop it in the chat. I have a hot take. Did anyone here see? Does anyone who here know who's who here knows who Kai Cenat is? Emo swimsuit. Dude, thank you so much for subscribing with Prime. The streamer who insulted OF models, yes. Doesn't matter what type of swimsuit is unless we reach 50 individual tier 3 subs. I know him. He tries too hard and screams for little things. Not my type of YouTube watch sometimes. I watched him. Why do you have an OF? I don't have an OF. You've been hearing a lot of bad things lately. It's not been working out for him lately. How many tier 3s do I have now? 11. So, did you see that he opened up the Streamer University? That he's doing this whole thing that he's going to rent out a university campus, and that 50 streamers of his choice are going to be chosen to go there, and they're going to, you know, be given a very amazing opportunity to grow as streamers and to collab together. And it's a very big deal that he's doing this. Oh my god, dude, thank you so much. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 20 subs. You're an absolute legend. Thank you, genuinely. It means so much to me. Thank you, man. That's paid for my cinema ticket. Thank you, dude. So, that was 5 tiers? Which was 5 tiers? I think it's ridiculous, and he even kicked out, I don't know if I'm spelled it right, Phantom? Thank you for the... Is there a way to change the tier when you buy a subscription? It should say, like, you know, tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. But so if what I was saying about Kai Cenat was that he chose the 50 individual streamers for the Streamer University, and a lot of people are annoyed because they're all African American. What are your thoughts on that? All 50 people who were chosen. Because a lot of people are saying that if it was Mr. Beast who did this and he chose all Euro-American people, that it would be bloodshed-like. This is just a discussion that I saw on Twitter, so I wanted to ask you guys about it. Haven't heard about this, so I don't have an opinion. It's his money. I don't really care. Sounds like it's Mr. Beast did it. I really wouldn't care. I don't have an opinion on it. I'm just asking ye, what do you think about it? Because I saw a lot of people on Twitter saying that if Mr. Beast or any of the big Euro-American streamers did this, that they would be eaten alive for doing this, which is true. You got any pets? I got Nana's butt on stream right there. I think that's one of those things where people are looking for a reason where none necessarily exists. Like, that's their content creation most of the time. People screw themselves. But I do think it's a little strange that out of 50 people that he chose, that there wasn't one single person of any other nationality in there. I haven't looked at the list, but if that is what's being said, it's kind of strange that there's not a single person of any other nationality, or not race there. It's a bit like interesting. You know what I mean? Ethnicity. Thank you. But we'll have to wait and see until the final list comes, the final draw, I don't know, happens. I know there's so many fakes of me, but there's nothing I can do. I've tried reporting and it just doesn't matter. That's the one that Kieran linked there is the one that is the only one I have. Strange, yes, but I don't know, just one of those. I mean, most of the world. I mean, if he is, that's probably why he did it. You can't say that. Support. He did it right. Support, people that he feels disadvantaged. If he's white, I mean, it sounds as if he's doing it as a token to show, look, I'm not racist. Yeah, I think everyone thinks it's always in bad. It's like you can't win in this situation. I think that's the thing that I took away from this. Like, if you have all African Americans, you're seen as you're only supporting your people. And if you're seen as having all Euro Americans, you're seen as a racist. And if you're seen as having 25 African Americans and 25 Euro Americans, that you're just trying to fill a quota. There's literally no way you can win. So I don't even fucking care about those things. It didn't even fucking occur to me. It just felt like a lose-lose situation. There's no way you can win on the internet. Pushing for more black streamers to be successful is nothing new, really. But that's the thing. That's the thing. You're just thinking about it like, in a very dark way, is what I think. I don't think about it in a dark way at all. I just think that's what was chosen. And that's what was chosen. That's how I think about it. I don't care. Fucked if you do and fucked if you don't. That's basically it. Are we comparing the hypothetical there would be more outrage if a white guy did it? No, I'm just saying that that's what's being said on Twitter. There's always someone out there to tear someone else down. Literally. Like, I think it's just, I think there's more things to be upset about with the program rather than just it being that he chose 50 African American streamers. Like, there's a lot of other things in the program that make absolutely no sense. I am never going to call it X. Ever. Nana, no, do not scratch my legs. Do not scratch my legs. Do not scratch my legs. So, the next thing I wanted to say, this actually happened on Monday, if you were here on stream. Was anyone here on stream on Monday when that person came into my chat and tried to frame me as being her bully in high school? Stop trying to drag my copy off the table. Yeah, the swing and the miss. Yeah, that honestly really fucking upset me. That was like saying stuff like that when it's clearly not true And saying anything that's clearly not true about somebody else, I hate when people do that, because the one thing that I have never in my life been, and I can be super proud of myself that I have never, ever done that, is I've never bullied anyone. I am so proud that I have never been that person, because I would hate to be that person. It's disgusting, because I have been bullied for my entire primary school life. I was bullied by a girl, and then one of my best friends killed themselves as a result of being bullied. So I know exactly how dangerous bullying can be. And it just really rubbed me the wrong way. I was just like, you will never, ever catch me being that person. Oh, it drives me actually mad. But here's a question. So, and it really annoys me. You know when people say that if you were bullied, you need to get over it? Have you seen people say that? Like, it was in the past. You should bury the hatchet. No. Because when I was younger, the girl like who bullied me throughout all of primary school, when I was 18, I went out with her half brother for 3 years. And I say half brother because his dad married her mom. Her mom was the definition of the worst woman you could ever meet. Hated her daughter. Terrible, terrible people. But whenever she was in the house, I would ignore her completely. I would never talk to her. And she did try to talk to me a few times, and I would just like look at her and just not talk to her. I talked to her brother because her brother never did anything to me. And I remember the guy I was going out with, saying to me, "Why did you never talk to her?" And I was like, "I have nothing to say to her." And he was like, "Literally, that happened like 10 years ago. You should really start talking to her." And I said, no. If someone made your life hell every day for 6 years, would you talk to them? Would you tell the person that you're with that they had to talk to them? That they had to be friendly with them? No. Are you serious? Like, I'm not actively calling her a cunt. So you should be happy that I'm not actively starting a fight in this house. Because we can break up. I'm totally okay with that. Because if you want me to be nice to her, it's never going to happen. No, she never apologized. Holding hate in your heart isn't going to make things better. It just gives more vicious cycle. Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. But if someone is, let's say, SA'd, should they forgive the person who assaulted them so that they don't hold hate in their heart? Because the psychological effects that bullying can have on you and there's psychological effects that SA can have on you. Like, people can have PTSD from bullying from years and years and years in advance. So when people say that you should get over someone bullying you, you have no idea how I will take that grudge to my fucking grave. To my grave. And I don't care if you say that I hate my heart. Fuck. I would never be. I will always hold that grudge. But that's just my opinion. There's going to be an ad break in 20 seconds, and I'm going to run to the bathroom. If anyone has any more hot takes for us, I have 3 more hot takes to talk about. One about Eugenia Cooney, because she's really sick right now. About a new Peruvian anime that came out, which is really cool. And something on Gymshark as well. So I have 3 more things. If you have anything that you want to talk about, please think about it while I run to the bathroom, and we can totally talk about it when I get back. If you're new on YouTube, please don't forget to drop a follow. Would greatly appreciate it. And if you could drop a like, let's get to 200 likes. And if you have a Twitch account, you want to come and join us on Twitch, please come and join us on Twitch. We are 5 people away from getting 200 viewers on Twitch. But yeah, I'm going to run to the bathroom. So BRB. On the stream too.
Yeah, then I can see you.
Come on. Yeah. Oh, everyone's here. He said, I heard that we're looking for co-hosts.
Stay there. Does he stay with you?
Sometimes.
Well,
He sits in the corner with the toys. You saw him the last day. That was where he was.
yeah, it's a weird.
And then sometimes he's over there,
He's over there now.
hiding in the piles.
My nana.
I'm so tired. Jesus. Do I see a Nick's tail? You did see a Nick's tail. He didn't stay though. Ugh. The victim of SA has every right to protect their peace and healing. Expecting forgiveness places the burden on them to comfort others rather than focus on their own recovery. 100% true, and I believe the same thing for victims of abuse as well. Healing doesn't require reconciliation, only safety, support, and agency. I completely agree with that, and I completely think it's the same for people who have suffered from physical and emotional abuse. Has the sub goal changed at all? It should say there's 30, right? I come across this and it's... Whoa. Nana, please stop. Don't be bold. Don't be bold. 33 subs? Thank you guys. Genuinely. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who has subbed. Plus the 5 YouTube ones. Thank you guys. Do you think people can be cursed? As in, do I believe that cursing exists? As in, like, placing a curse on somebody? Or that as in, like, someone has bad luck throughout their life? Is that what you're asking? I do believe that people can be lucky. Oh, shit. Oh my god, dude, thank you so much. That is so nice of you. Thank you so fucking much. Genuinely, thank you, man. Thank you. That is so nice of you. Thank you, Blackie. You're an absolute legend. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're an absolute legend. Cheers. There was an interesting stream today. Thanks. Hope you have a great day. And I did reply on Discord. Oh, I'll have a look. Your voice low-key annoys me. Why? Why does my voice annoy you? Would it be better if my voice was like higher up here? Would you be happier if I spoke in like a higher pitch? I think if I was to do ASMR, I'd have to keep my voice within this range. You know that when everyone says that they have like a polite voice, my polite voice goes up very high. That's me bad luck, but it won't stop me from wishing others well. I think that people are lucky though, and as a result of like everything has an opposite to it, I do think that people do suffer from bad luck as well. Because there is like, do you all believe in good luck and bad luck? Because I 100% believe that some people are just lucky. You make your own luck though. I disagree. I think that, yes, you do make your own luck to a certain extent, but I do believe that some people are extremely fucking unlucky. And as a result, some people are extremely fucking lucky. Like my poor cousin, for example, who just passed away from an inoperable brain tumor that was resting at the back of his brain on his spinal cord, and that's why they couldn't operate on it. And they've, like, that's just the definition of bad luck, because it wasn't a cancer, it was just a growth in a place that was inoperable. That's just stupidly fucking unlucky. It's just stupidly fucking unlucky. And that's just dumb fucking unluck, to put it so bluntly. And then On the other side of it, there's people who are extremely lucky, that they're just in the right place at the right time. And some people are just remarkably lucky. I do believe in luck, though. I think luck is somewhat tied to your energy and vibe, not everyone, but the patterns of things. I don't know. I don't think it's related to that either, because my cousin was the nicest person you could ever meet. He was always just so, like, nice to everyone. He had so many friends. He had literally just more close friends. Like, he had the biggest circle of friends, and they were all so nice, and he was such a nice guy. He never did anything to anyone. He was genuinely the nicest guy you could ever meet. And he was gorgeous, and he was really good at his degree, and he was really smart. It's just really fucking unlucky, because no one could ever say a bad word about him. So I don't think it's about energy either as well. I just think some people are just really fucking unlucky. And that, you know, at the end of the day, it's just good and bad luck. Yeah, but chances and odds. Chance is also luck as well. Like the chances of something happening. It's just, you know, what is your luck of things occurring? I know someone that drives around with a license or without license or insurance and gets pulled over, and they're a terrible driver. Well, the day after my car tag expires, get ticketed and fined. Makes no sense. There you go. Literally. Now, I don't believe that luck is related to karma, because then then nothing would have ever happened to my cousin. And if you're saying like luck is related to karma, like how can you explain 6-year-old children dying of leukemia? Like what has that 6-year-old child done to end up in dying of leukemia? It's a child that has never done anything to anybody. Just saying. Life is extremely unfair. That is true. And that's why I don't get upset about, when people say that comparison is the theft of joy. I literally live by that, because you should never compare yourself to anyone else, because you will just literally upset yourself so badly. Because if you compare yourself to, let's say, for example, for me, if I was to compare myself to Jacksepticeye, he's also an Irish streamer and YouTuber. And if I was to say, like, yeah, I'm just never going to be Jack. I'm never going to be as successful as him. I am never going to be as big as him. I should just stop now because he's better than me, and I'm never going to be that person. It's really stupid. Because just because someone is more successful in what they do than you doesn't mean that you shouldn't continue to do something. Like if someone, for example, that you train with is bigger than you, is stronger than you, or is faster than you, like you might compare yourself to them in other ways, but like they might go home and they might be in a terrible fucking situation, and you might go home and you have a loving girlfriend, a loving boyfriend, a loving family, a loving life, and you might be better off than them in other regards. Like comparing yourself to other people, you will never be happy in life. You should always just be grateful for the things that you have instead of pining over the things that you don't have, especially the things you don't have yet, because you can always work hard for things in life. The only person you should compare yourself to is an improved version of yourself. Exactly. Always compare yourself to the person you were like last year, 5 years ago. That's what I try to do because I'm always trying to be better than I was. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job on that. I'm a lot happier than I was last year. I'm a lot more stable than I was last year. So I keep thinking about it that way. Always try to improve yourself as a better individual than comparing yourself to anyone else. You're just gonna zap the enjoyment you have out of your life. That's important. Does anyone else have any more hot takes for us? Did you guys see what's happening with Eugenia Cooney? It's not good. Does anyone know who Eugenia Cooney is? So Eugenia Cooney is well, she was a very big YouTuber back in the day, but now she's more of an TikTok makeup artist, but she's been suffering from anorexia for many, many, many years. And she's very, very skinny. And there's been loads of controversy around her for the past like 10, 15 years because she clearly has an eating disorder because she's not eating. And it's come to the point where she's been away to rehab twice. She's admitted it on stream and in videos. I believe that she's a victim of Munchausen syndrome via her mother and Stockholm syndrome via her mother. I don't think her mom is enabling her. I think her mom is killing her. I think she should be separated from her mother because her mother has locked her in her house for the past 27 years and she's going to die eventually as a result of what's happening. And she was really sick on stream last week. Let me see if I can find the video. Serious trigger warning, by the way. Everyone thinks that she experienced a mini stroke or a heart attack on stream, but I think it's her literally gagging because she just drank water and her organs cannot take her drinking water anymore.
All right.
Like, she is extremely uncomfortable. You can see it. And I think that's her gagging on stream because she drank water. I'm just turned off the sound because there's music playing in the background. That's going to get me in trouble. But she never turns off her stream. Like, she's known for keeping her stream on.
Stress gets to me. All right, I'm going to get off for now. Oh.
You can see that she's seriously, seriously struggling while the stream is going on. But it's not good. So the reason that this has come out now on top of this is because she's really good friends with Jeffree Star. I hate Jeffree Star, as y'all know. I used to adore him but he's a complete horrible person. And I think he is a horrible person to Eugenia as well. And you've on multiple occasions, he's bullied her and been horrible to her on live stream. And I think as her personality, Eugenia is like someone who lets people say whatever they want to her, kind of. Like she kind of lets people walk all over her, which is not good, but she lets Jeffrey say terrible stuff to her on live, and it's really bad. But Jeffrey said in a video on his live stream last week that he knows there's something wrong with Eugenia, and it was really bad. I'll show you the video. I found someone who summed it up, because I saw the video that he said, but I found someone who summed it up into small videos.
Jeffree Star has finally admitted that Eugenia Cooney is not okay. If you have followed these two for any length of time, you know that they are extremely good friends. They do lots of things together, support each other, etc. But Jeffree has always commented to people that there's nothing wrong with Eugenia, that she's just fine. Eugenia went live last week and she did not look well. People were even speculating that perhaps she was having a mini stroke or a heart attack. This is how she ended the live.
I don't know, you guys. I'm not feeling that great today.
I don't think she's having a mini stroke. I just think she's sick. Like she looks like she wants to get sick.
I think I might get off. I'm just kind of like letting like stress get to me. All right, I'm gonna get off for now. Oh.
Speculation and concern over Eugenia's health is nothing new. However, it is new for Jeffree to admit that something's wrong. He went live the other night and his comment section in his live was blowing up with people asking him questions about Eugenia and claiming he was not helping her or supporting her.
Which I totally agree with. When she was staying with Jeffrey when she was in Wyoming visiting him, I would never have let her go back to her mother. Ever. Like, you say that you're her friend. Why would you let her go back to an abusive relationship? Because I strongly feel like her mother is doing this. Because people are saying that the reason why she's really sick right now is because her mother took her off her multivitamins because they had a fight. Like, if she's obviously really sick, at least she's taking her multivitamins. But taking away those from her, she needs to be in a hospital. And the people around her that are not admitting her to a hospital when she's obviously this sick, you're enabling her death. What do you think on that? Do you think, like, the people that are around her that are not putting her in hospital are enabling her? Like, just put her into a car and send her to a hospital. Because at that point, what else can you do besides watch her waste away? Which her parents and Jeffree Star are doing.
He eventually got frustrated with everyone coming at him about his relationship with Eugenia, and he finally responded and admitted that she is not okay.
People love tearing others down, even when they're at their worst. Who thought it would be a good idea to dissect it, make up things, create untruthful, hurtful things? It's a given things aren't okay. It's a given. But you don't care, so you don't get a real answer. How about that? You don't really care about my friend.
Shout out.
I think he's the definition of full of shit. I think he's the definition of full of shit. Because if he cared about his friend, what is he doing to help her? How can you let her remain in the situation that she's in and say that you care about her. A lot of people that follow her and that watch her lives all the time really do care about her safety and her health and her getting better. I'm one of those people. I've always followed this situation, and I my heart really goes out to this girl because I feel like no one is really trying to help her. And it's really sad that there is not anyone that's trying to get her away from her mother, if her mother is the problem, or put her into a hospital to hopefully get her help. Like, how is she still allowed to be at home and go live every single day? It's just ridiculous. And him saying these kind of things, the only person that Jeffree Star cares about is his fucking self.
To the user Just Drama Baby, who did record his live. Now, next he started talking about the fact that he's doing things behind the scene and that people just don't know it.
Help her! You don't know what's happening behind the scenes. You don't know the steps that I've taken, the phone calls I've had, the things that I'm doing. You have no idea because it's not your business. How about that?
Someone in the comments then called him out for telling everyone that she's okay anytime he's asked, and this is how he responded.
When I said she was okay yesterday, it was so you would just shut up. Clearly, she's not okay. And I love her immensely, and I will be here for her, and I am here for her. You have no idea what she's going through. Show a little compassion. Show a little kindness. And if someone is suffering, and you don't understand why, don't try to dissect it. Don't try to talk about it when you don't know anything about it. Be kind.
During this live,
I'm sorry, but another thing that I will say, the people who care about Eugenia really do care about her. And saying that everyone online that follows her doesn't care about her is completely not true. Because a lot of people ask because they want to know what's happening to her. Because they do care about her. And saying that like that's parasocial and whatnot, you can say that it's parasocial, sure. But it comes from a place of genuine care. Because people do like her. She's a really nice girl. I don't think there's anything that has ever come out that's bad about this girl. Besides, she seriously suffers from body dysmorphia and anorexia. Like, has anything ever come out about her that she came out as a bad person or said anything bad or did anything bad? I don't think so. Not anything that I can think of. That she's always been just a genuinely really nice girl. People do really like her and want the best for her. I think Jeffree is just the definition of full of shit.
Live, he admitted numerous times that she is not doing well. And then he got upset, saying that people have no compassion for Eugenia or himself.
My friend is not doing well. So have a little compassion for her. Stop being mean. Is it so hard? I guess so. I guess having empathy, sympathy, and compassion for another human being is a little tricky for some of y'all. The way that you talk to me and the way that y'all act towards Eugenia, you can tell some of y'all were never loved as a child. It's awful.
He carried on for quite some time, getting upset with everyone, saying that his team would never speak to him like this, but that everyone in his chat room was.
You don't really care about us. You don't care about her. You don't care about her well-being. You don't have any compassion for mental health. You're just like them. And that's scary, is that there's millions of awful, sociopathic people out there, and half of them are in this chat room right now, because my team would never speak to me like this.
There were also people in his chat just concerned for Eugenia's health and saying they've tried to reach out to her and talk to her, maybe support her, and he got extremely upset with one user for her comment.
You think she would want to speak to you? Because why? Who the fuck are you? I tried to speak with her. You're a stranger. If I was her, I would run far away from you because you're not trustworthy. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? She's a human being with feelings, yes. And she also doesn't owe anyone an explanation about her.
Okay. That's crazy. Saying those kinds of things, and if you still like Jeffree Star after that, like, he's saying that she's a human being with feelings when another human being is trying to reach out to her and ask her how she is and saying that, who are you? Why do you think she owes you anything? Like, you're completely, like, missing the whole point of what you said. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That what he's saying is just completely twisted. Because how can you say that someone is a human being, and then when there's someone in front of you showing concern for another human being, you treat them like they're a piece of fucking shit, like they mean absolutely nothing? It's actually crazy. That's why I don't like him. I think that he's so full of shit. Like, I know I keep saying that, but I really think he is. Sounds like he's making it about him and his relationship with her, almost like gatekeeping the friendship. I wouldn't say he's gatekeeping the friendship. I just think that he thinks that he's better than all of us peasants, basically, and that all we are to him are NPCs that should stay out of their business because we, as NPCs, don't know what we're talking about, and that we can't be concerned for other people as human beings because we are less than human to him.
Her mental health. She doesn't owe y'all a damn thing. Who made y'all God? Who tricked y'all into thinking anyone owes you an explanation?
And he ended the whole thing off by telling people just to stop bullying Eugenia, who obviously does have some extreme mental health issues.
Y'all need to stop bullying and harassing someone that's going through a lot of mental health issues. That's what y'all need to stop doing. How about that?
Jeffree Star has finally...
So, yeah. That's, that was that. So, yeah. It's actually crazy. Never liked him ever with his crappy toxic makeup line to his craptastic music. I loved his music and I loved his makeup. I loved them both until he came out and nearly said that, what did he say? He was like, remember that video that I made? He actually has me blocked on TikTok after that video that I made on him because he's literally a transphobe, when the gays, days, and non-binary babes are literally what built his career, are literally the people who built his career. He's just such a piece of shit. Jeffree's music and style is the person behind it all sucks. Yeah, that's the problem. He just sucks as a person. Like, that's all I'll say on him. But my heart does honestly go out to poor Eugenia. I genuinely think that her mother is the reason that she's suffering. Because have you seen the size of her mother? It's not for a lack of food in the house. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but like, there's definitely food in the house. And normally, well, not normally, in some situations with anorexic children, the parent shows signs of body dysmorphia and unhealthy eating habits. I had to go through some of those myself, but unhealthy eating habits and body dysmorphia. But that's not about me. But yeah, the mother definitely definitely swings on the opposite end of unhealthy eating habits with her size. And then Eugenia is starving. So I just make it make sense. Like, how can someone who obviously likes food and then her daughter is starving herself when she's well over the age that she should be moved out? Like, she's 30 years old, I'm pretty sure, Eugenia. If she's not close to 30. I think her birthday is like the summer. So she should be, I think she's either just a little bit older than me or just a little bit younger than me. She should have her own house. She should be living by herself. So why isn't she? That's the question that I ask myself. Like, it doesn't make any sense. If she's okay, that she says she is, then shouldn't she be living her life by herself? It is 100% manipulation. And I hope, and I really hope, that if anything happens to Eugenia, that her mother is charged for murder. Can anyone own a house in this day and age? She's minted, Eugenia. 100% minted. It's just, it makes me so sad. It makes me so sad for her because she's such a lovely girl. And it breaks my heart that these things are happening to such a lovely girl. I feel her mom is dependent on Eugenia's income. Her mom is, as I'm aware, is still married to her dad. Like, it's just sick. It's just actually sick. But if anyone has any hot takes, please drop them in the chat. And another thing that Jeffrey said about her, which was horrible, was her group of friends in 2016 who got her admitted to a psychiatric facility for her own safety. He was making fun of that situation, saying they weren't her real friends. How fucked up is that? And he calls her her friend? So weird. Not a hot take because we all know it's terrible. There's a stuff about Diddy case if you want to look into what's come out so far. No, don't really want to look into that. He just deserves to be taken out behind a shed and, you know, put down like a dog. Hey, Snips, what's up, man? Oh my god, have you been here for 3 years? Well, in fairness, we went to Paris 2 years ago, which is crazy to think that was 2 years ago. Was that 2 years ago? No. Oh shit, that was 2 years ago. Where are you right now, Snips? Are you back in Ireland? Oh, you're finally back home? Which was your favorite country that you went to? Snips was in China, South Korea, Japan, and were you in Taiwan as well? He went on a cruise and he stopped off in all the countries. Love your drip. Thank you so much. Just the first 3. I thought you went to Taiwan as well. My bad. But if anyone has anything they want to talk about, please drop it in the chat. Another thing I wanted to say to you guys, did you guys hear about the new Peruvian anime that's coming out? Have you been to Japan? Yes. I'm going to Japan in October as well. If we get 20 more people to join us on Twitch from YouTube, I'll do a fit check. Let's get to 210 viewers on YouTube and I'll do a fit check. On Twitch, sorry. Yeah, why is Irish butter the best, by the way? Like, seriously, why does Irish butter beat every single butter in the world? Why? Why is our butter better than everyone else's butter? Makes absolutely no sense. But it's true. I love them all, to be honest. Hard to pick a favorite, but Beijing was cheap as fuck and the food was class. Just older people were rude. Young people were really polite. Oh, stop. I love Chinese food so much. I would love to go to China. I want to go to China next year, like really bad. You don't eat butter? It's because you haven't had good butter, man. It's because you haven't had good Irish butter. Once you try Irish butter, you'll understand it's the best butter in the world. I've never had Irish butter, but California butter is pretty good. Nope. Trust me. Girl, go down to the shop. You can definitely get Kerrygold butter in America. It might cost you a bit of money. It might cost you like $12, but it's worth it. Just try it once and you will never, ever go back to any other butter. It's so good. There's actually this one butter that I think is really good that I got in Portugal. It's butter made with olive oil, and it's the only olive oil butter I've ever liked. It was really good though. I can't remember what it's called. It's like $20 for Kerrygold. I believe it, because it has to travel so far from Ireland and has to be kept at a certain temperature the whole way, or you're going to ruin the butter. Oh, is there one with herbs and garlic in it? Oh, I never tried that one. That'd be good. Oh, stop, lads. You're making me hungry. Stop it. Stop. I'm starving here, like. All I've had today was soup. Don't do this to me. I'm starving. Dinner for Megan and myself in a restaurant in the Hilton cost us $7 each. It was incredible. Irish Chinese food is muck compared to it. I do love Irish Chinese food, but I love Chinese food as well. I love Chinese food. I've never had northern Chinese food, as in like mainland Chinese food. My best friend growing up was from Hong Kong, and her mom was a chef, and she owned one of the Chinese restaurants in town, but she didn't serve the food that she served in the restaurant at home. She'd serve like classic Chinese Canton styled food, and it was so good. God, it was so good. Like so good. If you're to ask me what my favorite Canton food would be, it'll always be dim sum. And I know like saying dim sum is like, you know, a catch for like loads of different things, but I love dim sum so much. Stop talking about food, Clara. Oh, I'm so hungry. Stop it. And I love custard. It's like these dough with this really nice egg custard inside of it. It's like a treat. Oh, it's so good. It was one of the best things you ever had in your mouth, yeah? Oh, there's some jokes you can have there. What are I drinking? Coffee. It's the end of my coffee, though. No more coffee for the rest of the day. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be healthy. This was the other thing I drank today, and it was a vitamin drink. Like, you know, the ones that you put the vitamins inside it and it like fizzes, and it has all your vitamins in it. So I tried to drink one of them in the morning, and then I have my coffee, and then I do my 10,000 steps, and I'm trying to keep my sugar intake low and to get my vitamins. And I also take a magnesium tablet before I go to bed as well. Trying to be good, guys. Trying to be good. I'm trying my best, again, not to drink any Monster anymore, because I recently saw a video of a girl that was going in for an ultrasound of her liver, and she is concerned, the doctors are concerned that she has non-alcoholic fatty liver syndrome, and you can get that from energy drinks. Energy drinks are poison, so I'm trying to just stick to coffee for my caffeine. So if you do drink a lot of energy drinks, remember that it's not good for the long-term health of your heart, your liver, or your pancreas. You need all three of those. Pancreas for glucose, liver for everything that goes into your body, and your heart, obviously, for making sure your body keeps going. Would that be bad luck or karma? I love energy drinks. People are having heart attacks drinking energy drinks. It's true. Energy drinks are so bad for your heart, guys. Only have a Monster now and then. Couldn't drink them all the time. I was drinking them a lot in Ireland. I haven't had one yet since I got back to Finland. And I've been in Finland for... It's now Wednesday. So Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday. I've been here for a week in Finland. And I haven't had a Monster in a week. So I'm doing good. Someone check back in with me in a week and see if I haven't had a Monster yet. You almost died from Red Bull. I believe it. I had an overdose on caffeine from Red Bull, and I haven't drank a Red Bull since then. And that was in like 2018, I think. Oh, you lost 10 pounds. That's awesome. Well done, dude. 40 drinks in the same day, and all that happened was my arms got tingly. That you shouldn't do that, man. You shouldn't do that. Like that. I think saying stuff like that is really, really bad. Didn't you overdose on vitamin water? I did. I fucking did. I nearly overdosed on vitamin water. It fucked me up because you're not supposed to have too much vitamin C, and I was actually giving myself vitamin C poisoning. So bad. I was drinking like 3 bottles of vitamin C a day of like vitamin C water. It's pretty bad for you. Don't do that. Too much of one thing is bad. Drank a can and ended up turning to 2 in a day. That's not good. You should... Did your pee turn green? No, but I did get really bad diarrhea. Just saying. That's what happens if you drink too much vitamin C. You will give yourself the shits. Oh, sorry. I was drinking too much vitamins. Are you sure? Are you sure? Is it pronounced vitamin? 'Had to get his heart restarted because he drank a Monster every day along with a whole pack of black licorice. Black licorice? Why black licorice? I thought licorice is good for your blood. 12 liters of energy drink. You guys, we're not going to talk about it. Wait, what? Wait, so I drank 12 liters of energy drink in one day along with months of energy juice like a 4-day started to develop jaundice when the doctors said they told me it was a sign of liver failure, and since then, yeah, it's not good. I have a question for you. What's your take on taking rejection? Just curious because I've been telling people, men specifically, that taking rejection isn't as bad. It's a good question. What do you mean by taking rejection? As in like if a woman or someone isn't interested in dating you and tells you that they're not interested, like how do they approach that situation? Is that what you mean? It's a really good question because I feel like a lot of people take rejection very badly. You love licorice and salmiakki? If anyone's wondered what salmiakki is, it's Finnish licorice. And it has salt on it, doesn't it? Yes, that's it. Okay, so this is actually a really important thing. I think that it's really important that if you receive rejection on from someone, that you take it as a good thing. And I know that's a weird thing to say, a really weird thing to say. But they're just not your person. Does that make sense? Like, you might think that someone is your person, but if they reject you, it's actually a good thing, because that shows you that you just have to go find the person who's right for you. It saves time, is the best way to look at it. What hurts more, getting punched or wait, no. My take on rejection or people not liking me in general now is that's just one person out of billions of people in the world. Exactly. It's just one person that doesn't vibe with you, and that's totally fine. And if they just want to remain friends with you, that's good too, because we were talking about this earlier when we said that when someone says that they just want to remain friends with you, and this is actually good, because you can still keep them as a friend and keep them in your friend group, and they might introduce you to other people in their friend group that might be the right match for you. Like, you shouldn't stop talking to somebody if they reject your feelings, especially if they want to stay friends with you, because you're closing yourself off to future situations where you could meet more people and potentially the right person for you. So don't cut yourself off. Obviously, if the person isn't good, then cut them off. But you know what I mean. Andrew, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. If anyone has any questions, please just ask. I will answer any of your questions. And also, don't get into a relationship just because you're lonely. That's the stupidest thing you could ever fucking do. Like, you will realize that you are probably not in the right situation or with the right person, but you're only doing it because you don't want to be alone and you do not want to be there. How has being a Twitch streamer affected your dating life? Not at all. Not at all. I don't tell anyone about my dating life. I don't talk about my dating life on stream. Do you know what? I saw this post the other day of a dude saying, if a girl doesn't want to post about me, then she's obviously hiding something. And all I thought was, yeah, she's keeping your relationship private. Because why do you need it to be public? That says more about you than about her. I don't think I would never, ever, 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 ever talk about my personal relationships online, because it actually has never worked out for anyone. Like, take for example, you know that that couple that was on TikTok with the dude that was from France and the dude that was from Canada. The dude from France was Pierre, like that really attractive gay couple. They had like millions of followers on their shared account and millions of followers on both their individual accounts. But they broke up like 5 or 6 years ago, and Pierre still has to hear about his ex all the time. Like, they have to hear about it for the rest of their lives if they get big together. And it's just a nightmare. Like, if you ever think about any couple that have made their relationship public online, it becomes impossible for them to then not have their relationship always brought up even after they break up. And people take sides as well. I will never make my relationship public, or any relationship I have public. No, thank you. Because I love you guys. But that's private information. Just like I've never told you my last name. Or do you even think it's my first name? Maybe everything is fake. But that's fine. I think it's healthier. You shouldn't put everything on the internet. Where do you see her outfit? If we get to 210 people watching on Twitch, I'll show you my outfit. We haven't reached it. Speaking of everything is fake, how you read or heard much into the dead internet theory? What's that? I have a theory. I have a really interesting theory. I was watching something the other day. What was I watching? Oh, what was I watching? I was watching something with Ferry or someone. It must have been with Ferry, because who the fuck else was I watching it with? And I had this theory that when people who are famous die, they're replaced with someone who looks like them. Oh, I do believe that. Did you not see that? There was a university in Switzerland that said they put loads of AI bots onto Reddit, and a lot of people were interacting with them, and people didn't realize that they were talking to AI. Yeah, kind of like the Avril Lavigne conspiracy. Not like a doppelganger, like how everyone believes that Avril Lavigne killed herself back in the early 2000s, but because the record deal knew that she was doing so good and they didn't want to lose out on money, they replaced her. They think Paul McCartney too. I believe it. I think that it's true. I think like a lot of celebrities have died and that they've been replaced. Do you know who I think is a recent one? You're all gonna think I'm crazy for this, but I really think Miley Cyrus is a replaced person because she looks so different now. One second, let me show you what Miley Cyrus looks like. How can you tell me that's the same person? Look at that. That's some crazy plastic surgery, guys. Because she's so pretty. How can you think that she's not pretty? Then look at her on this side. Like, she just looks completely different. Everything about her looks just completely different. Like, what is that? I don't like to be mean or anything, but Jesus Christ. She doesn't look like her at all. So I saw a few people speculating that when the LA fires happened, that people think that she died in the LA fires. Just a theory. Because her facial shape just looks completely different, and her eyes look completely different as well. It's just crazy. Yeah, you wouldn't even recognize her as Miley Cyrus. That's what I said. Like, if you were to show me Miley Cyrus, you'd never think that's her. Because that's another shot of her. Like, even her nose shape is different. I don't know. And you can say the makeup is different and her eyebrow shape is different, but her face just looks just very different. It's very weird. And I totally think that plastic surgery is okay. And if you want to have plastic surgery done, more power to you. And I'm never going to make anyone feel bad for having it, because it does change people's lives for the better. But she was really pretty. She was so pretty. And it's an absolute sin what she did to herself. And I don't think that's subjective to say that, because I think we all can agree that Miley was gorgeous. Just the thought. It's cracking. Which is buccal fat? Is this buccal fat? Or is this? Everyone always asks me if I had buccal fat surgery. I'm just like, nope, just got those snatched jaws. Your elf ears, don't do it. Don't do it. It's really bad for your ears. Don't do it. Is lower by the jaw. This one here. I don't need it. A lot of people have asked me if I've had it done, and I can tell you I have never had any plastic surgery done. I would love to get my boobs done. I would love to... I think it's just my boobs that I really want done. And no one's ever going to tell me that I shouldn't get it done. Don't be that person. Never be that person in my chat to say, no, you shouldn't get it done. You don't look at my boobs every day. I do. The girl from The Boys, myself and Fairy talk about that all the time. She was so pretty and she completely ruined her face. Ruined her face. It's so sad. It's actually so fucking sad what she did to herself. Ugh. You're just too poor to have surgery? Yeah. If I had money, if I had fucking money, I would have got my boobs done years ago. Literally, as soon as I turned 18, I would have got my fucking boobs done if I had the money. But I don't, because it costs about 8,000 euro to get them done. What do you think, Nana? Nana agrees with me. Plastic surgery tourism in Turkey. I wouldn't do plastic surgery tourism. The only places that I'd feel comfortable to get anything done are from people that have gotten surgeries done off specific surgeons. There's like a specific surgeon who I know is really good in Dublin, and one in America who I know is very good as well. I am very I think you should be picky when it comes to those things. Yes, Nana is my pet. She's my baby. Have you seen Ariana yet? Ariana Grande. Wasting away. Yeah. What about getting vampire fangs? No. I wouldn't let anyone near my teeth. The only thing I want done with my teeth is I want to get my bottom teeth straightened. Because after my wisdom teeth came in. Can you see my wisdom teeth on stream? After my wisdom teeth came in, they came in sideways and they pushed all my bottom teeth together, which was so fucking annoying. So the only things I need straightened out are my bottoms. So I'd like Invisalign and I'd be Gucci. I wouldn't ruin my teeth with vampire fangs. I think they're just fucking stupid. Like, I think anything that can like change or hurt your quality of life is a silly thing to do. You know what I mean? Because you have to eat every single day. What happens if they accidentally hit a nerve in your canines and destroy your quality of life from like cold and hot foods or like anything that touches your mouth? It hurts. Like, I have temporary ones. I used to make them. I need to make more. I've been wanting to do it. I've just been too behind. Breast augmentation can affect quality of life as well. How can it affect quality of life? I wouldn't get anything put into them. I just want them lifted. I just want the skin up here, pulled, and that's it. That's all I want. I'm not getting anything put into them. I'm not having any foreign objects put into my body. So I don't see it as being something that will affect my quality of life. I hope. I couldn't have my teeth and I hate the dentist. I hate the dentist too, man. Like, oh, I hate going to the dentist. I'm too afraid. I've never gotten a single thing done with my teeth. We don't even focus on the ladies. We just talk about teeth. You just talk about teeth here. That's what we do. But I was gonna say to you guys, who here likes anime? Sorry, the baby wants to go out. Let me let the baby out. Dental health is very important. Oh, I agree. Get out. So, if you like anime, who here is sick of seeing girls, especially young girls, sexualized in so many anime? And who here wishes that there were more like laws in place that had less sexualization in anime? This is why I love Chinese anime, because they're not allowed to sexualize women in anime, which is great. I always give Chinese anime a chance because I'm just like, oh, I'm just so happy not seeing girls pretty, obviously, but not overly sexualized, because they're not allowed to do that. And it's great. So Oh yeah, you should watch Chinese anime. There's a really good new Chinese anime out that I really recommend. It's called To Be Hero X. It's really good. It's really good. And there's another anime that's coming out later in the year that everyone's saying is going to be the new Attack on Titan for the world, because it's supposed to be that fucking good. And there's this Peruvian anime that looks amazing as well. Let me show you.
Escucha el clamor de los antiguos dioses. Aquellos que alguna vez fueron temidos y amados, hoy yacen sepultados en el olvido. Pero su regreso está cerca y el conflicto es inevitable.
Sucede que algunos
Tenemos más de un rostro, como el dios a quien le rezas.
Así que confía.
Yo confío, pero
¡Y
es que...
salta!
¿Qué?
¡Abre los ojos, Pedro! ¡Entrégate a la aventura!
Mi fuego respira.
¡Baila!
Mi corazón arde.
¡Baila, pequeña flaca!
Quemaré todo. Todo cambiará.
I think it looks amazing. I think it looks unreal. The name of it is The Return of the Apus. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. In whatever language it is, it's Apu Kunapa Kutimuyen. That's in its Peruvian, but in English it's The Return of the Apus. It looks class. I will watch that when it comes out, and I'll tell you if it's good or not. But I think it's beautiful, and I just hope more countries bring out anime, because I've said this a million times. I wish there was an American studio that started doing anime, because what's stopping American studios from making anime? Because why not? It would be awesome if more countries started to make their own anime. Because I'm sick of seeing women objectified in Japanese anime too much. I don't want to watch it anymore. I'm fucking done with that shit. That's why I prefer to watch Chinese ones, because I know that women will not be objectified. And I'll 100% watch this Peruvian one because it looks good too. Hey, Moop, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much, man. What do you think on this? Cartoon Saloon? No, what do they do? I wish I could say Avatar was anime. It pretty much is. If you think women aren't going to be objectified, they will. They're not allowed to. It's the law in China. You're not allowed to have any kind of sexualization in anime. That's why I like it. I really need to watch Wolfwalkers. It looks so good. I've seen so many people talk about it. I need to watch it. That looks like a great movie. And I've seen loads of clips of The Secret of Kells. The OG Moomin is legit an anime. Miyazaki got a lot of his inspiration for Ghibli backgrounds and movies from the artist who created the Moomins. Literal facts. What would you consider anime? Done in that animated style. An amazing author is the Ghibli author, his female characters. Exactly. You don't need to objectify women all the time in anime. It's just old and I'm sick of it. I don't like watching stuff like that, especially fucking children. I fucking hate when children are objectified. It's disgusting, like. It just, I won't watch anything where 14-year-old girls are objectified. It's pronounced Gulably. Are you all? It's Ghibli. I think. 1 second. Let me look it up. I'm going to find out how it's pronounced in Japanese. Studio. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. It's Ghibli. I can admit when I'm wrong. Sorry. It is Ghibli. It's Ghibli. It's Ghibli. Guess I'm wrong. That's okay. What about Naruto Sexy Jutsu? Is that okay? No. I don't like any of it. I don't like it. I don't want to watch fucking porn. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. Like, I don't like any of it. I don't like any of it. I don't think it's necessary. It's the one thing that I hate about Fire Force is when they always make Maki. Is it Maki? No, it's not. What's that girl who turns into the cat? The fire cat? Like, why do they make her clothes fall off all the time? I think it's just fucking stupid. I think Fire Force would be Tamaki. I think Fire Force would be amazing out of 10 if they didn't have Tamaki literally strip every time she's in an episode. It's just so fucking bad. And well, no, that's not true. And what I don't understand is when the women get hit in Fire Force, their clothes just disintegrate. But when the men get hit, their clothes don't disintegrate. Make it make sense. But it's honestly difficult to keep up with. For me, I'm used to American action cartoons, DBZ. I would really recommend Fire Force, but Tamaki's over-sexualization and the over-sexualization of women in season 1 is really, really fucking hard to get through. No need for any degeneracy in Solo Leveling. But Solo Leveling is Korean. It's not Japanese. No, it's not. Solo Leveling is a manhwa. What do you mean, no, it's not? It's Korean. Like, what? Have you watched Akame ga Kill? I love Akame ga Kill. I need to get that collection from my manga collection. The anime is by a Japanese company, yes, but that doesn't change the fact that it's Korean. I've never seen Akira. I don't like old anime. I just don't like how it's I don't like the animation styles of old anime. It's really hard for me to watch. I don't like it. I find it so hard to watch. Do you consider The Last Airbender an anime? It's definitely done in an anime style, but it's a cartoon. No Mononoke. Nope. Don't like Mononoke. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. How about Soul Eater? I love Soul Eater, and I have all of Bleach behind me. Like when I used to I used to love Sailor Moon when I was younger, but I tried to rewatch it and I just couldn't watch the animation style from 1997. So like I waited until Sailor Moon Crystal came out and I was so much better. I just don't like it. Your hair's dope. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much for joining us. Kaiju number 8. Great. Love it. Just 120 minutes, you never have to watch it again. Hand-drawn labor of love anime. But all anime are a labor of love. It doesn't mean that old anime are better than new anime. Like, they're all labors of love. And most are hand-drawn. Most are hand-drawn. They start off as hand-drawn. I don't think that that's an opinion for making things better. I just don't like it. I don't like the style. It doesn't do it for me. I don't like old Sailor Moon. I don't like old Ghibli movies. I have to make sure I was saying it right. I don't like I'm trying to think what else I don't like. That's really old. If you think it has a charm, that's great. I think it doesn't have charm. Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood. Yu Yu Hakusho. Too old. Can't watch it. Yeah, I'm not saying they're bad. I just don't like the art style. It's like, 3D animations. I just don't like Windbreaker, that anime. I fucking hate 3D animations. It's so hard for me to look past it. I just fucking hate 3D animated shows. I think they're ugly. And I can't look past it because I feel like they're dead behind the eyes. And they can't, everything below their eyes just don't change emotion. And in anime, the eyes have so much emotion in them. I can't wait to, myself and Ferry said that we are going to watch the Vampire Hunter D remaster. Has anyone seen it yet? I really want to watch it. They remastered the 1986 Vampire Hunter D movie, and it's supposed to be beautiful. There's a remaster. Yeah, it came out like last month, 2 months ago. I can't wait to watch it. I've never watched Castlevania. It's on my list. I've just caught up with Fire Force, so I'm looking for a new anime to watch because I need a new anime to. Jujutsu Kaisen is shit. I'm looking for a new anime to watch while I do my 10K walk. So, does anyone recommend anything for me to watch? I never played Castlevania though. You think I should watch Castlevania next?